Hello and welcome back to Distant Worlds 2. We are continuing our Atuuk playthrough, and we are doing okay for the start of the game. Let's go ahead and kick things into gear. We're getting our typical, like, absolutely getting trounced by pirates, but that's not uncommon for this difficulty setting with the pirates being on full difficulty. It's pretty common that we just get ransacked for the first several years of the game, so we'll just play through that. And it looks like the pirates are, more or less fighting each other a little bit. If we're lucky, they'll break off some pieces and maybe blow up a ship or two, like this guy, and we can maybe capture it at some point. That would be ideal, especially because it's disabled, hyperdrive offline. If they don't destroy this, there is a possibility we can capture it, so liking that. Nope. Our research base is going to destroy it. That's unfortunate. Well, it is what it is. We got some raids going on the planet, but we have enough defense to hold them off for the time being. I don't really want to repair that, I don't think. So let's fully automate this boy. Maybe we get some refueling. We did build some more Pathfinders, so hopefully our explorations check it out. Looks like a lot of damage out there, but we're slowly limping along. Where are you at? You're in the spaceport? Oh, the spaceport's not gonna survive. So this is an independent ship. With any luck, pirates will stop harassing us, maybe briefly. At least long enough for us to have a chance. I'd like to get our ships built, like that would be ideal. One of the biggest issues we have is the instructors. They're out of fuel, and we have no place building fuel. Like, just nothing here right now. We do have this flag to be built. We just don't have any constructors that are actively willing to start building it. But you're right here. Can you build that? We really need to get that up and running again. We are so desperate for fuel. At least our economy's been in the positive. That's been going pretty well. Our research has been going good. I really want to push for expanded civilian ships and then the colonization module. It will take a long time, but if we can get that done, I mean, we have another planet here that's got 583 million of our species on it, ready to be colonized and willing to be colonized. I think my 100% chance of success, so it'd be really nice to take that over. Right, how is our little construction ship going over here? Looks like he's heading back home to get some fuel or something. I'm thinking it might be worthwhile just to pay these guys off. I mean, right now they're fighting each other, but I have the money. There's nothing else I can really use it for at the moment. But they are focusing on killing each other a fair amount, so as long as that keeps up. These guys just keep sweeping in with giant fleets. I couldn't afford to buy that spy back. That would have been kind of nice if we could. Alright, we'll pay those guys off for a little while. Hopefully these things will get built up. Alright, well you need a little retrofit yourself. So let's retrofit this guy. And get him out there. Fuel is our biggest holdup right now. Okay, so we successfully stole exploration scanners. CS3 constructor. That's an old constructor. Alright, don't attack the spaceport. Come on. Poor spaceport needs to be left alone. Well, at least the exploration ships are being rebuilt. Some of them actually have fuel on board. They can actually go where they need to go. Yeah, it looks like a ton of them are flying way out of their way to refuel. Alright, we're getting everything we need to build up a mining station over here. Hopefully we'll be able to get that done sooner than later. Unfortunately, a little more harassment from the pirates, but at least they are attacking each other a fair amount. Alright, colonization is only 2.5 years away. That's pretty decent. It needs to jump, man. Why is he waiting? Alright, basic countermeasures stolen. Hey, where's this at? Okay, the ancient Atuuk. Huh, that's interesting. That's a desert savanna planet. Well, we could build a research station here for sure. Dead people who did great things. It's the general theme of the Atuuk reminds me of like Zoolander. Alright. That's good. I think we like Great Direction. Yeah, I'm happy with the current Great Direction. Never look back. That's funny. But wait, there's more. Alright, within the tomb. Small little figurine. The little plastic figurine. That's funny. Please tell me that's a relic. It is. It's awesome. Alright, so happiness, tourism income, colony development. All to our capital. Good stuff. Alright, let's check out the people. These are going to be potential leaders, so this guy has nothing. And then Lecta. We'll add Lecta. I like the inspiring presence is nice. That was a good feature of a leader. Alright, we are getting the Kazlan mine back up. That was desperately needed. Our poor ships need somewhere to refuel in our own system and not limp along the entire path of this galaxy just to get fuel. Which is what they're doing right now, but it's just insane. Kind of sets us back a little bit. It'll be worth it, though, if we manage to get all this done. We seem to be holding the pirates at bay. We'll do multiply. We want population growth. I think that's fair. We have an empire population of 100 billion. Got a long way to go before that happens. But I'm sure we'll get there eventually. Alright, this guy can be set back to fully automate. I'm assuming, I think it's probably a fair assumption, that we managed to build that mining station. Now we can refuel without all the desperation. I want to see what this guy does after he refuels. Yeah, they have a decent range. They could explore all this area, so we definitely need more ships up and running. We've been doing pretty well stealing research. Been pretty solid. Alright, you're disabled. Hopefully a constructor will get over to you. Seems like exploration ships are the most needed thing at the moment, so let's purchase more of those. We'll get a couple constructors up and running. We don't need them right this second, but we might as well get the ball rolling. I feel like we paid off the right pirates because they're not raiding us. The ones that are raiding us are not nearly as prolific as the other ones. We'll have to see how that plays out in the long term, but for now it seems to be alright. Hopefully we get more Kazlan up and running. Take a look at our economy. We can see the private cash flow is going okay. They have the capacity to build more freighters, but they just don't have the funds, I don't think. Alright, well, if these guys are going to harass us too, let's see if we can negotiate. Nope, we can't. Uh-oh. Exploration ship got blowed up because of our incompetence in design. It's always promising. Well, at least that one got away. Yeah, the exploration ships are really important because they have to find the mining locations where we can get resources. Right now, we don't have much of anything. Alright, we stole some more missile battery defenses. Our ships are automatically retrofitting, so they should be relatively keeping up with the latest tech. But still not great. We've gotten a positive economy. It's been positive this whole time so far. But really, we just got to get this colonization stuff done. There we go. More resources means our constructors can head over there and start building. More pirates. Oh joy. Alright, they're coming to raid this. Probably get some money. Yep, stole some credits. Ah, it's actually repairing. Or no, it's building, okay. We must have repaired that one, or it got completely destroyed, because they're all moving now. The surveying's really good. I mean, this is in our home system. We still haven't explored everything there. Lost Fang Buccaneers haven't really been messing with us too much. I don't really want to waste my money on that if I don't have to. All right, let's start looking at the next techs we're going to want to use. Some of these are already mostly discovered, so we might as well finish taking them off the list. "44 years, man. This extreme tech is going to be really challenging, I could tell. All right, large mining stations and resort stations would be good additions. Although the version 2 spaceport would be nice too. It's a lot harder to make these decisions now. Because you have to invest so much time into it. Alright, well, we'll do recreation, medical, and then we'll pop over to these two. The ball rolling on that. Really, a lot of this is going to come down to colonization. I'm saving up a little bit of money just so we can afford to build a colony ship immediately, because we are going to need that ship to colonize the this planet right here. That's going to be a real good. That's going to start off. It'll be a little cash negative, but it'll get cash positive really quick with that much population already on it. All right, we're getting down to the last of the construction ships, and hopefully we can retrofit and be good to go. All right, the more mining stations we have, the more that AI will start to use the private economy money to build freighters, which is really what I need. Because those will move the goods back and forth. It looks like we stole a lot of progress on this space construction. All right, colonization tech is discovered, and we just got another population here. Can we not build a colony ship? Cannot. We don't have enough resources, so we got to figure that one out. I don't want to drop a bunch of money on these guys quite yet. And it wouldn't even do any good. Where's this at? Alright, these guys are ticking upwards a little bit. This is a forest planet, so it is kind of right for our species, I think. And it's pretty close. Definitely within range. We just need resources right now. This economy is not producing a whole lot. We got mining, a couple mining ships, some small freighters. Really need to kick this into gear a little bit. But yeah, plus 37, that's incredible. Wow, we're that low on steel? I mean, we just need somebody to bring the steel. We do not have a small passenger ship, so let's automate building that. Freighter-wise, I think we're just stuck where we're at for the time being. It would be nice to get larger ships at some point. That's 30 some odd years out. So it's going to be a hot minute before we can get that. At this point, we just need materials. Hey, somebody actually brought us fuel. Nice. Alright, now we got a bunch of scanning going on. That's good to see. Alright, we're definitely going smarter every opportunity we get, just so we can progress that research forward. Unfortunately, I don't really have any control over how fast the private sector builds anything. But right now, the big issue is steel. So I hope they start shipping these resources back to our planet. I mean, they're right here. Can't make them do anything, I don't think. Take a little gander at what exactly they are doing right now. So that's the biggest problem. 4 out of 5 of them are just doing refueling from a planet super far away. They're gonna take forever to get there. We're gonna have to scuttle. These ships are so off path, I'm just gonna have to scuttle them all. The only problem is I have no steel if, like, these guys don't harvest any. How am I ever gonna build new ships? Really in a bit of a pickle here. How are you not grabbing steel? Like, we need steel to build ships. Thank you. Hopefully that'll jumpstart the economy a little bit. I think if this ship died right now, we would be completely screwed. Or at a minimum, extremely reliant on this ship finishing its refueling. Alright, now we got some material. It looks like they're going to gather supplies to go start building stuff. We do have some mining ships. Those are also just taking forever to refuel over here. They're not even close. All right, I gotta scuttle these two. Those are never gonna finish. Okay, we finished our research projects, which is actually surprising given how long some of those said they were gonna take. Let's see if we can make some progress on the advanced nuclear fission and 2 years for these deflector shields. Moving in that direction is probably a good idea. Somehow we got a ton of progress on enhanced civilian ships. So I'm going to do that so that we can move on to medium and large ships. That's going to let us get further range on the exploration ships. Again, huge resource problems right now. We have to really figure this out before it becomes overly problematic. It's already problematic, but overly problematic. Okay, so private sector, you gotta start building something, man. All right, finally, we're actually building some ships here. Couple mining ships coming up and running. With any luck, this will help restart our economy. Unfortunately, I couldn't manually control any of that. All right, we're 4 days out. There we go. These guys are just in the construction yard, and they're almost immediately going to spin around and get retrofit again. All right, let's auto-generate fuel tanker. Get obsolete the old one. I don't think we can actually do a resort base yet. I don't think we have all the criteria for that yet. We'll get the medium freighter up and running. Medium exploration ship up and running. Then ultimately those will, and the large mining ship. Now, I will leave the little ones up and running for now just because of the material costs while we get everything kind of resituated, but ultimately I will have to do something a little better. All right, so V2. Let's go ahead and build that. How many versions do we have now? 8. All right, so let's get 9 up and running. Okay, maybe we're doing 10. Nope. Well, how does it still not have that? All right, we're not generating enough power. That's too big now. Take one of the weapons off. All right, so apparently we're at SSP 12. I don't have a long range sensor, so I can't add one. 2 construction yards, that's huge. Okay, so this should be upgradable. Then we'll end up with, I think, an extra construction yard. We can actually build 2 things at the same time. No, we're not building anything there because we don't have the material. Okay, we'll add the general. We have the smallest amount of fuel here. Hopefully he can refuel before it disappears. Alright, good. They're going to actually mine some material that's desperately needed. We have found our first other player. Where are they located? We don't know yet. Oh, they're all the way over here. Okay, so maybe we'll be somewhat lucky with that. That would be ideal. Alright, private sector still doesn't have a ton of resources. They're not building a bunch of ships yet. Looks like our construction ships are... Every time we get some material dropped off here, the construction ships are immediately scooping it up to go build more mining stations. Which, in general, is fine. It's just when we are so desperate for these basic resources, it's a little frustrating that I can't, like, force my one transport ship here to just, like, go right here and just dump that repeatedly. Like, that would be ideal. I mean, it's got tons of resources and it's right next door. It would not take long to get all the materials that are needed. The only other thing that is kind of nice is that, you know, these mining ships are picking up some of that material by themselves, so hopefully that'll be okay. The advanced nuclear fission is going to be nice. That's going to be a big bump to well, really all of our ships, be able to scale down the reactors, have more power, get further. Right, we are losing some ships, unfortunately. I don't really care about it being exposed, that's fine. How much till their cargo storage is full? Quite a bit, actually. Ah, they're building more mining ships. I mean, it's good, in a way. It's finally being smart enough to transport cargo from right next door. This is a medium freighter, too, so this has been built since we retrofit stuff. That could be huge to spring forth the construction. Exploration's still going pretty well. You know, there's a lot of unknown systems still, but a lot of them are still exploring. We're seeing some retrofitting happening, so they're going to be going into medium ships, which have much larger fuel tanks. They can go a lot further. I bet you if we zoomed out here, we're going to see... Yeah, they could explore a pretty big chunk of the galaxy, so... That'll be good in the long run. Okay, so we want faster? Multiply probably isn't worthwhile right now, just by the fact that we have... Oh, hey. We have a new leader. Anyway, we're max population, so multiplying isn't going to help. At least until we get to the point where we can build a colony ship. We're missing silicon, and that's it. And that's what we're looting now. So... that is definitely the next thing we're building, because I need to get off this planet. Alright, starship maneuvering is done. Research, unfortunately, is going to get slower. Once again. Okay, we do have basic transport systems. 55 years is a long time. Yikes. Alright, let's up our scanners just because we're still in the early exploration phase of the game. Alright, here we go. Not quite ready for the colony ship yet. There we go. First colony ship. Starting to churn out. Cannot wait to send this thing to the other planet. Advanced Engines Project. Suppose that would be the next thing. Alright, colony ship is up and running. Hopefully, we'll get to the other planet without much difficulty. We're definitely going to have to scoop up... why are you... Well, they're going to refuel, which I guess makes sense. But then they need to scoop up people and then get over to that other planet. Well, there's no way you could have no mission. So we're going to manually load your colonists. Okay, so we got our colony ship here. Let's go colonize this planet. And we want to tell them to never retreat so that they never run away. Hopefully this will be pretty quick. We're definitely not that far away. You guys are still not happy with us. We're not going up, we're not going down. Increased by 1, that's rough. And the good news is the "you have given us gifts" isn't going to go away anytime soon. I could do some research. I go down here. Bump these guys up. I mean, it's going to take a little while, but that might get us to a point where we could start moving forward with these guys. We're going to have to pay him another bribe, though. I hope we actually land this and a bunch of pirates don't take us out. We seem to be good right now. 100% chance of colonization. I'm guessing that this planet is so close to our home planet that there's some event that's tied to this. All right, there we go. We have our first exoplanet colonized. Negative cash flow right now, but like I said, once this development perks up, we'll be in good shape. Oh no. Our agent's been captured. Let's try to buy that agent back. It is Urban Consortium. Oh, that's actually not pirates. You know, rather than give you money, first let me introduce you to a bunch of pirates. I'll tell you about all this stuff, and then maybe you will be a little cheaper with me. Go to 70,000. I gotta maximize the money here. Alright. Not too bad. We got our spy back. I think we still got another spy out there somewhere. Alright, well, I think we can call it an episode there. We've made a good amount of progress for this early in the game, especially with all the roadblocks that we have. Yeah, let's go ahead and offer a restricted trade agreement. I think that would be good. Okay, so research center. Let's learn things. Okay. They were not long ago friends. Defensive bases, improved defense missiles. I like that. Okay, so we've made a little progress here. So that makes people unhappy for a year. Not that big of a deal. Oh, you didn't want a trade agreement, huh? A little surprising. Alright, well, maybe if we're lucky, I think in the next episode, we can push trying to get these guys on board with being our friend, and then get a limited trade agreement, work towards being able to colonize this planet, and then colonize this one as well. And that will be at 3 planets, and then we can keep growing from there. So we're still early in the game, still sending out a bunch of exploration ships. Actually, some of them are getting destroyed, so I really do have to spend a little bit of money to rebuild those. But we got a decent amount of research stations up and running, and yeah, there's another exploration ship gone. And I think we're starting to stabilize a little bit economically. Our freighters, we could see now we're up to 30, so things are really starting to catch up now that we got past that steel shortage that we had. So we'll let that kind of resolve itself. Everything is trending in the right direction. Mining ships, we got 10 of those. Yeah, so we're building the way here. We're in pretty good shape. And we'll monitor things as we grow. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel, see more content in the future, and we will catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.